Hello my friends, today we continue tasting Taiwanese teas. Right now we're in the office of a company that mainly deals with the final stage of tea processing, firing. They end up having great volumes of the most exquisite tea, I would say, including some contest-winning teas. But they receive as loose leaf tea without beautiful packaging as it becomes much more expensive. The owner of the company does the same as I do. He buys the best farm-made product in the form of semi-finished tea and does the final processing, and then we finally get it. Now we're going to taste a great number of high-grown oolong teas. I too prefer the strategy of working with as many different people as possible, with people who use different approaches. Sometimes they are farmers who produce tea of only one or two kinds. Sometimes they are companies that order tea that's extremely difficult to find on your own, no matter how much time you've spent in the mountains. That's why I'm always comparing different teas in different places. That's why we have such a great variety of teas in our shop. This year I would like to pay special attention to Taiwanese teas, as we didn't buy many teas from Taiwan last autumn, and we want to make our assortment wider. Now we're going to test 7 or 8 different teas at the same time. 9 oolong teas. We'll see what we can get. This one seems to be last year's. We are extremely lucky for these 2 days. The weather became much better. As the owner of the company says, very good tea has been produced. That's one of the reasons why yesterday in Shanlinzi we were given a tea that was produced the day before. It turned out to be much better than the teas that we tasted at our friend's farm in Dongfang, except for 2 other teas that had been made earlier. The weather was bad. Weather is one of the most important factors that influence tea quality. And that's another reason for us being here. You always have to taste the tea before buying it. The skill of the tea technician doesn't matter if the leaf is of poor quality. He just can't make it good. So, I've got the boiling water. Here we go. I'll set the timer for about 4 minutes. 6 minutes will be too much and the tea will be too strong. Usually in Taiwan they use 3 grams and brew for 6 minutes. And that's how I brewed it yesterday in Dongding. Today we decided to use 4.5 grams, brew for 4 minutes and make it a bit stronger. When the tea is brewed stronger, it reveals aromas and flavours faster, and it's easier to understand everything about the tea. I feel like a professional tea taster. Actually, using these tasting sets is very convenient. It helps to taste tea quicker, better and clearer, to compare teas more precisely. Very often when you have a gaiwan only and can only brew tea in a simple way, making a precise comparison can be very difficult. You can easily judge the quality of tea in many different ways, for example by simply brewing the leaves in a cup or in a glass when you're tasting green tea. You can decide if it's good or bad, but comparing similar teas can be much more difficult. It's important to understand that oolong teas from Taiwan, especially for people with little experience or those who have only started to dive into the tea hobby, for them, Taiwanese teas seem very similar. Xiang technology produces teas of a similar taste profile. The tea can grow in different locations. Cultivars and grades can be different. For example, yesterday we compared 5 Dongding teas, the same teas from the same village, with a slightly different production technology, and we had to compare them. Well, now we're going to compare these teas. We can already assess the aroma. This one has a bright cucumber note. And by the way, I don't know the names of these teas. I do this on purpose. There is only a number and the bag itself. I don't know the price or the grade. Well, what do we have here? 2 minutes. Now the 3rd minute will start. These hanging timers are used at tea contests. Here in Taiwan you can often see them. Here we go, 4 minutes have passed.
Sergey,
I'm explaining to the Chinese why my name is Sergey. If you translate this name into Chinese using Google, you'll get Sergey. That's my name. And actually there are many Sergeys here in China. That's just a name. And many Russians who don't speak Chinese, I for example, when I first came to China, didn't speak Chinese at all. I just Googled my name and translated it, and got this Sergey that all Chinese are laughing at, because it sounds very funny to them in Chinese. Well, let's see what we've got here. This one's aroma is not very bright. Anyway, we brewed these teas stronger, and we will easily find the ones that are really good. This one is very grassy. And this one. And this one. In the background, the Chinese are talking about us. 2 customers have come to the owner of the company where we are right now, and they're discussing, oh, they're in Russia, they do this, they do that. It's funny. Well, we all seem funny to them in general. They don't see foreigners very often here. So, gentlemen, I invite you to taste these. Which ones do you like the most? These 2? From that side? These 2? The second? And this one? This one? And which one? The one in the blue bag? Yes. Yes. The blue bag. I also like this one. Yes, this one is really good. So we've tasted the first 9 oolongs, and we've chosen 4. 3 of them are really poor, and the rest were too boring and not that special. We decided to choose the best ones. We don't need to bring these boring teas when we can get something really special. We're waiting for the next set of teas. We've given away all our books, by the way. We had 10, and now we only have 1 left. 1? Am I correct? 2? Great. We're going to participate in the farmers' meeting, and we have to give something as a gift. The degustation continues. We'll start with Hong Yu from Moon Lake Red Tea. Here we have exactly 4.5 grams. This is the very first one. We'll start from this side. Let's place it here. So here is Hong Yun, the red spring. It's a pretty rare tea as well. Not Hong Yu. In Taiwan, they put absorbents in all the tea bags, even in the smallest one, as the climate here is extremely humid. They don't have much tea this year, even for me. Even though I'm not a great lover of light oolongs, I like roasted Lao Cha teas much more. But even for me, it wasn't enough. We chose only 4 from the first 9. And there are 2 more for us to try, and we may not like them, so it looks like we'll have to try much more this time. Another red one. Xiang Oolong, honey-aroma, Xiang Hong Cha. It was very good the previous year. We'll see how it tastes this year. A couple of oolong teas. And finally, Dongfang Meiren, to make us all happy, as they say. Dongfang Meiren is just perfect, with a whole lot of buds. A new red Hong Yun tea. There is Hong Yu, and this one is Hong Yun tea, a honey aroma red tea. Hong Yun, ruby red. Dongfang Meiren, even though that's an oolong, more similar than the light oolongs, and a couple of light oolongs. We result in having 6 teas. Another pass. Let's go. We'll see. One of them will be very strong. The red, I suppose. Because I used a lot of tea, 4.5 grams. It's too much for red tea. We'll brew it for 3 minutes, I think. Obviously, ruby red has the strongest aroma, Dongfang Meiren is very good too. The aroma is wonderful. Hong Yun, I don't get it. It's a new kind of red tea. It's very weak. The honey aroma obviously has a wonderful honey fragrance. Oolongs are very simple. This one has nothing special at all. This one is fresher, at least, judging by the first smell. I guess that's why they didn't bring us these from the very beginning, as they are obviously not amongst the best. I'll pour the red tea after a 3-minute brew. It's done. Oolongs need 1 more minute to go. Dongfang's aroma is really, really good. I start to feel the number 1 aroma. Red tea. This is Dongfang Meiren Oolong, the Oriental Beauty. I like this one, and the ruby red too. It's very good. The one in the yellow bag is not bad, and this one is good. Yes, it seems. Well, the final decision concerning the second set. We decided that Dongfang Meiren is really good. Ruby is not bad. We'll compare it with the one we've bought in Nantou directly from a farmer. Then the honey aroma is not bad, and both oolongs are good. So from the whole set of 6 teas, 5 are a decent quality, 4 of them are really not bad, and we'll need to think about the 5th. So I guess we're going to stop tasting. We will keep going. Wish you all the best. Enjoy your tea.